Once upon a time, in a small, serene village, nestled among rolling green hills, there lived a young man named Thomas. Despite the picturesque beauty that surrounded him daily, Thomas felt perpetually unhappy and discontented with his life. Each day he would wake up feeling burdened, noticing only what was missing in his life, instead of appreciating what he already had. Thomas had a comfortable home, a caring family, and friends who genuinely loved him. Yet, he found himself trapped in a cycle of constant dissatisfaction. He often complained about his old, unreliable car, his small and modest home, and the lack of money and a better job. He wished he were taller, stronger, and wealthier. He felt like everything he had was inadequate. One day, as he walked through the village, feeling particularly low, he overheard a woman talking to her friend about a wise old man who lived at the outskirts of the village. The woman claimed the wise man had helped her overcome a deep depression. Thomas, though skeptical about such stories, felt desperate enough to give it a try. His sadness was growing unbearable because nothing in his life seemed to be going right. Determined to find an answer to his unhappiness, Thomas set off early one morning toward the old man's humble home. After a long walk through winding roads, he finally reached a small wooden cottage surrounded by lush gardens and blooming flowers. Sitting quietly beneath a great oak tree was the wise old man, calmly sipping tea and observing the beauty around him. As Thomas approached nervously, the wise old man looked up and greeted him warmly. "Welcome, my young friend. How can I help you today?" Thomas sat down across from the old man and sighed deeply. "Wise one," he began softly, "I am always unhappy. Things never go well for me. I work hard, but I earn very little. My car constantly breaks down, and there's always some new problem to deal with. I don't know what to do anymore. I see people around me happy and achieving their goals, but my life only gets worse and worse. Can you teach me how to be happy in every situation?" The wise old man listened thoughtfully, nodding slowly. He then reached beside him and gently picked up a simple wooden cup filled halfway with water. Holding it up to Thomas, he asked kindly, "Tell me, my boy, is this cup half empty or half full?" Without hesitation, Thomas responded gloomily, "It's half empty." The old man smiled gently, placing the cup down between them. "That, my dear friend, is exactly why you struggle to find happiness. You see, happiness doesn't come from what we lack, but from appreciating what we already have." Thomas looked confused, so the wise old man continued patiently, "Look around us. Do you see those flowers blooming? They're beautiful because they embrace exactly what they are, not wishing to be anything else. Do you notice how peaceful this place is? It's peaceful because we let it be peaceful, without demanding more from it." Thomas considered these words, but his heart still felt heavy. "But how can I learn to see things differently?" he asked earnestly. The wise old man gently touched Thomas's shoulder and said, "Happiness is a choice, a habit you must nurture every day. When you awaken each morning, start by noticing 3 things you're thankful for. It may seem small, but gratitude has a magical way of changing how you view the world." Thomas thanked the wise old man and started his journey home, contemplating deeply on what he had learned. The next morning, he decided to try the old man's advice. As soon as he opened his eyes, instead of noticing how early it was, or how tired he felt, he reminded himself of 3 simple things. "I'm grateful I woke up today. I'm grateful for the warmth of my bed. I'm grateful I have people who love me." Immediately, Thomas felt something within him shift slightly. Though small, it was powerful. As days passed, Thomas practiced this gratitude exercise faithfully each morning, soon noticing how his perspective began to change. Instead of focusing on what was wrong or missing, he found himself noticing the beauty of ordinary moments, the comforting warmth of the sun on his face, the laughter shared with friends, even the quiet serenity of a rainy afternoon. Weeks later, Thomas returned to visit the wise old man. This time, Thomas's eyes sparkled with a newfound happiness and peace. "You look different," the wise man said with a warm smile. Thomas smiled broadly. "You were right. The secret to happiness isn't in changing our circumstances, but in changing how we see them. Gratitude has transformed my heart." The wise old man nodded wisely. "Exactly. Happiness isn't about having a perfect life, but about embracing life exactly as it is and appreciating every moment. When you do this, you'll find happiness everywhere. Thomas thanked him once more, feeling lighter and happier than ever. He realized now that happiness truly is available in every situation, waiting patiently for those willing to see it. From that day forward, Thomas lived joyfully, teaching others the powerful secret he had learned. Happiness isn't determined by circumstances, but by our willingness to see the good in everything around us. Now, dear friend, if you find yourself unhappy or struggling with life's challenges, remember Thomas. Choose to focus on gratitude, embrace each moment fully, and you too can discover lasting happiness in every situation. Happiness is a choice that arises from within. No matter how tough life becomes, we can always find joy in simple moments and choose positivity. Challenges will eventually pass, but your positive mindset will keep you resilient and joyful through it all.